Man, round of 16. We made it. You know what's my favorite? It's a time to be alive for MLS teams, because you already know half of them are going out this round. But you know what? I already tied my videos about the CCC from last year. I think I won't make another one this time.
Jason, LAFC just moved on from the round of 16.
How's it going, everyone? 2017 Neymar Jr. here, back at it again with another CONCACAF video. By the way, if you haven't already, go check out round 1. I thought I was going to do amazing like the last CONCACAF video where it hit like 900 views. That wasn't the case, but you know what? Maybe this time will hit, so one can only hope. Cruz Azul against Seattle Sounders. This was a tie that was basically kind of a missed opportunity for the Seattle Sounders. I mean, the first leg, they had so many opportunities that they should have just put it away. But unfortunately, they just couldn't. I mean, chances from Jordan Morris, from De La Vega as well. And I mean, he got injured as well during the LAFC match. So that was a big player that they were missing for in the second leg. And yeah, unfortunately in the second leg, it was just basically a shadow of what we thought of the Sounders from the last edition they were in when they actually won it. 4-1 and the second leg, I mean, just an absolute collapse. I mean, goals from Rodriguez in the 33rd minute and then a penalty in the 71st minute. Luis Romero gets into it. I mean, Danny Musovski did pull one in from the 74th minute, but yeah, I mean, it looked like they were going to get that opportunity, but just like the own goal, I mean, it looked like an own goal in the 85th minute, but it says here it's Luis Romero in the 85th minute. It was a shaky defense in that third goal, and yeah, you can just tell that that was the end of the tie, but yeah, it was such a missed opportunity from the Seattle Sounders, but hey, man, they kind of weren't technically allowed to be in this tournament, but they were only here because LAFC were like the top seed, and then they won US Open Cup, and then the LA Galaxy were MLS Cup. And for, I don't know, some reason like the Red Bulls didn't make it, okay, but it was just a sound. It's just weird. I don't get it.
Declared war on Idaho.
I know, I'm playing as Idaho.
What?
Did you not realize I was allies with most of the West Coast? That was literally the worst move you could have possibly made. I'm about to send everyone with you.
Columbus Crew against LAFC. Ooh, honestly, what a roller coaster of a ride. I mean, you go from the first leg, well, being an LAFC fan, as you could tell in the intro, it was just a roller coaster ride. You're going up and you're having a fun time, and then boom, it just drops down into a roller coaster of emotions. I mean, with the first leg, I mean, Columbus were just looking so shaky. I mean, Dennis Bouanga with the brace, but he was just a whole menace that whole night, and honestly, just can't remember a time where it looked like he wanted a hat trick, but unfortunately he didn't. It was Nathan Ordaz, I'm pretty sure, that got the goal. Absolute dominant performance from LAFC, and it felt very weird as a fan because, I mean, we've been losing to the Crew 2 finals with MLS Cup, still the perfect opportunity that we missed, and then the not US Open Cup, the Leagues Cup. So this was definitely something that sends shockwaves to me, and I honestly was so surprised. But now we get to the second leg, and my goodness, what a whole different story. I mean, instead of LAFC being the dominant team, it was just Columbus. I mean, that first half, I mean, in the 10th minute, Jason Russell rolled already with the goal. So even though they just conceded a goal in 10 minutes, they were still up by 2, and all they needed was a goal. But I mean, LAFC were just basically sitting back this entire match. I mean, big respects to Bouanga. He did score later in the game, the last touch of the game in the 96th minute, but I barely heard his name, and I barely heard Abobisi. And once I already knew Giroud was coming on, I already just knew, like, there was no, like, threat that was going on. I don't know. It was just a long night for an LAFC fan. But 45th minute, there was a penalty called. Segura with a sort of clumsy challenge. I mean, he used his hand. You know the hand rules. It's a messy thing. You either give it or you don't. It depends on the referee. I honestly agree with the. I don't know why that's in my room. I don't know why. To go back, what I said, I thought it was a penalty, clear as obvious. He used his hand, but yeah, Diego Rossi, former LFC player, he takes it, puts it in. It's 2-0. Now in the second half, though, Columbus was still pressing through, but honestly, it just looked more balanced, and LAFC were more like they were actually getting their stuff together, and they were actually. I mean, there's just that whole great white wall defense, so it was really hard for Columbus to break through. And then once like I said earlier, they couldn't get through it, and then Bouanga scored in 96 minute. Great assist by Under, the Turkish player, our new player, on his debut too. So pretty promising for our attacking. Again, as I mentioned, Olivier Giroud, he's a big mystery, to be honest. He's starting to look kind of a bust, I'm going to be honest with you. It's almost a matter of who is at fault. I think that's the big question. Is it the formation or is it Giroud? Well, I mean, honestly, if Abobisi's scoring, it has to be Giroud, because I just feel like he isn't making those big runs. I feel like, I don't know if he's old or if he's like actually starting to get lazy. I don't know. Maybe if it's age, sure, because he is 36 or 37 years old. But still, man, he should do a little bit of a better job. He did a good job sitting back, but that Sounders game, he was so poor. I honestly cannot remember a time where I actually heard his name, let alone touch the ball. So yeah, it was a long day for him, that Seattle game, and especially LAFC. But this one, he didn't score, but yeah, he's starting to look like a bust, to be honest. Tigres against Cincinnati. I mean, I thought it was going to be a close matchup, to be honest. I mean, you could see in the first leg, Tigres were sitting back as Cincinnati. It was almost like the Sounders game where Cincinnati had so many opportunities, but they just couldn't finish. Now, in the second leg, it's 1-1 on aggregate. All of a sudden, Denke scores, and it's 2-1. Cincinnati's leading on aggregate. I'm just like, whoa. Okay, this might be Cincinnati's night. This might be another Tigres fallout night. I mean, to be honest, Tigres just sounds like a mess right now. I mean, I didn't even know their head coach was their former player, Bizarro. Is that his name? What's his name? I gotta look at this. Guido Bizarro. Like I still thought he was like playing or he retired, but I guess he just retired and then wanted to become a coach like straight off there. Just carry this huge team like Tigres. I don't know. It's a big challenge, but I mean, they won 3-1 against Cincinnati. I mean, what a collapse from Cincinnati. I don't know. I think subbing in Kubo played a big role, but I don't know, man. I think it was just like the lack of trying to stay focused for Cincinnati. I think that was their Achilles heel, because after that first goal went in, then the second goal went straight ahead, and then the third goal too. It went offside. I don't know. It looked offside, but VAR said no. VAR has been weird. I mean, you've seen it with the Real Madrid game today, and now with this. I don't know. VAR has been weird. But, yeah, I mean, what a collapse from Cincinnati. I mean, 3-1, ends like that, 4-2 on aggregate. I thought Cincinnati had it in the bag. I mean, they had perfect opportunities, but, yeah, dude, such a huge opportunity they missed. And, yeah, honestly feel bad for the team. Monterrey versus Vancouver was also a game that I was looking forward to and was not expecting, to be honest. I mean, Vancouver, they are kind of the dark horses I've seen previously with the MLS playoffs last season, making a run with LAFC's money. But, I mean, this one, though, they really took down Rayados they finally got Sergio Ramos in the second leg. He didn't show up in the first leg, which I was kind of I was kind of disappointed, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it almost just looked like it was going to be a Rayados win as they scored first in the first leg, and then Vancouver came back to score, and then it ended up being 1-1. And then right here in this game, it was just the same as well. Rayados scoring first, and then Vancouver just growing into the game. And Ben White, I mean, what a player. I mean, ever since that second half of the season, last season. Sorry, but he has just been an absolute machine. I mean, big up Ben White. I mean, yeah, what a goal in the 70th minute. There was a penalty that was called the last minute, like 95th minute. Sergio Ramos, he takes the penalty and scores. Big up Sergio Ramos. It was fun seeing you for one match, and now bro is gone. I don't know. Should he have joined MLS team? I don't think so. Especially if it was just, I mean, you know what? Assuming Inter Miami, how bad their defense is, yeah, maybe, yeah. But, man, what a collapse from Rayados. And to lose again to another MLS side. I mean, they lost to Columbus last year, and now they lost to Vancouver this year. Yeah, it's looking a big shaky. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they got to do. But big up Sergio Ramos, though. He's actually, like, trash for that team. And now we got the LA Galaxy against Herrerano. I made a mistake last year, and I'm still going to make it this year as well. I cannot pronounce this name. Herrerano. The Costa Rican side. Whatever. Anyway, they played against the LA Galaxy after they made the upsetting move, beating Real Salt Lake. But then again, Real Salt Lake have been pretty poor this season so far. So, yeah, they're here up against the defending champions, the LA Galaxy. And it looked like it was going to be another upset with the Galaxy really struggling that first leg. I mean, they've been struggling this whole season, let's be honest. But, yeah, 1-1 in the first leg. I mean, I've been saying, like, I mean, I'm going to dog on the Galaxy because I'm an LAFC fan, of course. But, I mean, they had chances, but the goalkeeper for Herrerano was just an absolute brick wall and just would not allow anyone to score during that first leg. But second leg, whole different ball game. I mean, Gabriel Peck got into it. Christian Ramirez. I mean, Gonzalez did pull one back in the 82nd minute, but I mean, at that point, it was already 4-1 on aggregate, so it was too late already. But yeah, definitely a wake-up call for the Galaxy in this game. I mean, hopefully it can maybe take this into something, and they need to bounce back, as I'm trying to say. Give me a second, chat. My eyes actually like hurt the itchiest thing right now. It's probably because it's 4:45 in the morning, and instead of sleeping, I'm just trying to put out this video. And finally, Club America against Chivas, the Clásico de Mexico. I mean, own goal in the first leg by Club America. So Chivas were already leading 4-1 on aggregate, but this game, man, how come, like, I don't really follow Liga MX, but, like, why is every team, like, playing in different stadiums? Like, I thought Club America played at the Estadio Azteca, or are they doing renovations right now for the World Cup? I don't know. They're playing at Estadio Ciudad de los Deportes. I don't know where that's at, but that's not their main stadium. That should be Estadio Azteca, but I don't know. Either way, they really riled up Chivas. I mean, 4-0, 4-1 in aggregate. I mean, easy matchup. Brian Rodriguez gets into it. Zendejas. I mean, Zendejas always, like, I feel like that man always owns Chivas. But anyways, yeah, they all got into the fun. And, yeah, what a absolute poor collapse from Chivas. I mean, I'm not even surprised. I mean, Chivas have been sort of poor. But, yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say, to be honest. So, Jason, from tomorrow, take it away to talk about Cavalier Inter Miami and then Pumas Alajuelense. Thank you, Jason. Now let's go over the last day of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And honestly, let's just do this quickly because it's 4:24 in the morning. And the longer I stay up trying to make this video, I'm probably going to get flashbacks of seeing the ghost of Inter Miami's past from before the Lionel Messi era. And then I'm probably just going to get flashbacks of how horrible that defense was. So, yeah, let's continue. And while we're talking about Inter Miami, they went up against Cavalier. pretty easy win from Inter Miami. Rinse and repeat type of win. I mean, 2-0 in the first leg and then 2-0 in the second leg as well. There were chances that Cavalier had, but they weren't very dangerous. And it was kind of the same with the second leg as well. I mean, just basically they weren't really too dangerous of a chance. I mean, they just didn't go anywhere. But yeah, and then Allende, he gets a penalty given to Inter Miami after he falls, and it's a horrible, terrible challenge. I mean, yeah, I mean, when you're down 2-0, the last thing you want to do is give away an away goal, and that was a penalty that Luis Suarez puts it in, easy as you like. But don't worry, guys, because Lionel Messi finally came back for Inter Miami. It's been about like 2 weeks since he's been gone. I don't know, it's weird. It's a whole different mess, to be honest. I would love to make a video, but I don't want to. Talking about Lionel Messi and how MLS clubs really just love getting that bag and raising up those prices. And then once he isn't playing, they already know that they messed up because they really lost the trust of their fan base, because all they want is money and not their true love for the fan base. Anyways, that's a whole different thing. He finally came back and played. He came on like the 50-something minute, but he was pretty good. He bagged the goal into the 92nd minute. So yeah, I mean, the amount of aura this man has, I mean, just the crowd was just alive once he came on, and you could just hear the chants of Messi, Messi, and just like every time he would touch the ball, the crowd would be cheering on. And yeah, I mean, they really moved their whole stadium to the national stadium just for everyone to see him play. And yeah, it's just like, if that's not aura, I don't know what it is. But yeah, really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. It made me put a smile just seeing Messi score and just give the crowd what they wanted to come here for. And yeah, just love the crowd. Good atmosphere from the Cavalier and Jamaican supporters. So yeah, it was good vibes until like, yeah, I love the crowd. And yeah, good that Messi scored to just give them something to remember too.
Dr. Hanky Spanky on the
And finally, guys, we have Pumas against Alajuelense. Pumas getting the job done, comfortable win, and at home in the first leg in Mexico City. Rogelio Funes Mori scored in the first leg, and honestly, guys, I don't really keep track of Liga MX, but I did not know that guy plays for Pumas now. Times are crazy, chat. Funes Mori and Pumas. Never thought of that. Always thought he was always going to be a Rayos player. Anyways, second leg though, I mean, hostile environment, and you could just tell that Alajuelense were being the most dangerous side. They had so many chances, and what a goal by Campos in the 39th minute too. Oh, a chef's kiss, a beauty. I loved it. And then we get to the second half, and Pumas started growing into the game more, and Luis Suarez, get it? Because like if you look on Google, it says L and then Suarez, so like Luis Suarez. But anyways, Leonardo Suarez, he also gets a great goal in the 73rd minute, and yeah, that was basically it. I mean, fans started leaving like every Alajuelense game. I swear to God, like the LAFC game and the Revolution game. I don't know. Everyone started leaving, but yeah, everyone started leaving. Confidence lost. That was basically it. It's 1-1 in the second leg and 1-3 on aggregate. So pretty disappointing, but I mean, it's a Liga MX side. What can you do? Yeah. Like I said previously in the last video, this competition is just basically an MLS versus Liga MX type of thing. But yeah, I mean, good on Alajuelense for trying. While we're at it, let's quickly go over my predictions pretty quickly of who's going to make it out of the quarterfinals and then play in the semifinals. So, Inter Miami versus LAFC, it's going to be a good matchup, I feel like. You either go two ways. It could either be a close matchup, or it could just be LAFC absolutely just exploding themselves and being an absolute embarrassing show. But I'm pretty sure I'm confident that Lionel Messi is going to play for both of the legs. So I'm going to go with Inter Miami with this one, chat. I don't know. LAFC, it's only been the first leg of the Columbus Crew that I've just been convinced that they're good. But they've been just kind of mid, I would say. It reminds me of last season where they were kind of poor, but slowly throughout the season they started to grow in more into the season. And this is the beginning of the season, though, so it's not in the middle of the season, so they're still kind of getting used to each other. I mean, this is a brand new team compared to last season, and especially like 2 years ago when we were in MLS Cup last time. But yeah, I see this as an Inter Miami win. I don't know. I would love LAFC to move on, but I don't know about this one, Chief. And now we have Vancouver against Pumas. Also another great matchup that I'm looking forward to. I'm going to go with Vancouver, guys. Like, I don't know. This team has been getting going, and these are the dark horses. And, I mean, they beat Monterrey, Rayados over here. So, I mean, in my head, like, if they can beat Rayados, they can definitely beat Pumas. Pumas are just... I mean, they were all right against Alajuelense in the second leg, and then they lost to Cavalier in the first leg in Canada. So they've been kind of decent, but yeah, I don't know. I can see the Whitecaps moving on from this one. I have Cruz Azul against America. I'm going to go with America. Cruz Azul, they're all right, I guess, but Americans are just better. This is definitely a matchup I'm not looking forward to if you're asking me. Yeah. I'm going with America. And then Tigres against Galaxy. Now, if Ricky Puig was still here and if Delgado was still there, like, it sounds like a good matchup on paper, but like, I don't know, like, both of these teams are kind of struggling. Like, Tigres, they're going through, like, I don't even know. Like, this is their 7th coach right now, and it's a former player too. And then you have the Galaxy where I don't even know. They're just self-destructing every single time. But I don't know. They did good in the second leg against Hederano. So it's going to be definitely the battle of mid. So who am I going with? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Tigres on this one. As much as I really don't really like Tigres. I don't know. Tigres, you can move on, but I already know you're going to get smacked around by Club America in the semifinals. So yep. Anyways, guys, those are my predictions, and that's basically it for this video. So yeah, guys, that's about it from It's Your Boy. I'm gonna go to bed now because it's 4 in the morning and I actually want to sleep. I don't want to do this like edit all night. So please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to bed now. Leave.